Spencer Carbery, short time ago, here at MetStar Capital's Iceplex, talking with assembled media.
We've talked about generating more offense. When you look at the way Anderson is playing right now, like what are some of the things you guys feel like you can do better to make his life a little harder?
A bunch of stuff. I think more volume. That would be right at the top of the list of being able to generate more activity. So that's pucks in and around him, activity around there. Whether it's shots, passes, shot passes, pucks getting inside a lot more, and then guys fighting to get in there and stay there and win some loose pucks. I think that's probably the areas that we focused on the most, of make it more challenging on him and being able to generate more.
Back to the goalies, what was the motivation behind pulling up Steve?
Just Chucky Lindgren as personal stuff.
Looked like you're going to have him line blood center yesterday. Is that the plan for tonight?
You will find out tonight.
Looks like Morris is out. If you see that, is that a hard decision to make?
Yeah, anytime lineup decisions, it's no different for Dylan McElrath not playing, Ethan Frank. There's lots of guys in and out of the lineup this time of year, and those decisions are never easy, but also ones that we don't take lightly. And we try to do what's best for the team every single time we make those decisions.
In the position of needing to win one hockey game tonight, how much do you guys fall back on everything that's happened since September, and just knowing what the recipe is and what it looks like when you guys are at your best and when you're playing winning hockey?
Yeah, I think that's the answer right there. Is you're confident because you've played at a certain level and you know exactly what your identity looks like and feels like when you're playing that way. So it's all habitual. It's you don't even need to think. You know where you need to go. You're just playing the game and you're reacting, and you're always in good spots and you're always in good position, and you've developed good habits over the last 7 months, and you know exactly where you need to be at any given moment on the ice, and that's what you have to rely on in these moments especially. It's no different whether you're on the edge of elimination or you're playing a Game 7 for the Stanley Cup Finals. The pressure builds. It's what team can stay in the moment, do a better job of executing their structure and relying on all the habits that have been ingrained all year. And then obviously your opponent has something to say about that, but who can impose their game a little bit more, and that's going to be our challenge. We just need to do a little bit more in a bunch of different areas to get over the hump and get some results against Carolina.
You guys have started really well in both the last two games, but haven't been able to score that first goal. Do you need to do anything differently to get that done, or is it more just keep doing it at the level going?
Yeah, it's a tricky question because you want to continue to replicate the starts that you've had. You know that their antennas are up, so they've constantly been talking about their lack of starts and our being able to dictate our game. So we want to continue to impose that and try to sustain it a little bit longer than we have, and then you want to get rewarded to play from in front to try to build a lead in the game. It's a recipe for success. Now, if that doesn't happen, can't be the be-all, end-all, so you have to still continue to get momentum back if you end up going down 1-0, but certainly the recipe for us is having another really good start, sustain it for longer, and try to get ahead in the game and build a lead.
Can it be a challenge at all before the game, maybe even inside the game, depending on how things go, to just stay focused on what's right in front of you and not start thinking ahead to, okay, well, if we get this one, then, not go big picture?
Yeah. I think, Tarek, honestly, that is playoff hockey in a nutshell. And you could ask the players, this is just my experience from being as a coach and as a player, is there's so much going on here when the game's not going on, of like, what if this, what if that, what if this, what if we, that the teams and the players that are successful this time of year are just able to stay in the moment and not worry about, what if we go up 3-0? Does that change anything? What if we go down 2-0? Oh no, what happens tomorrow? Like, it's counterproductive to get yourself into those mental spaces. And so you have to train, and that's why these guys are professionals and at the highest level in the world, is you train your brain and your mind to stay so present with your next shift and your assignment and that face-off. I'm supposed to do X, Y, Z, and you just go through the checklist and you play. And then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then all of a sudden, hopefully, you had 3 productive shifts, and you got a goal. Wow, that was awesome. And then you go right back to work, and you get. So it's. I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do, but that's what this time of year is about. That's what these guys have trained themselves to stay in the moment, worry about your next shift, and your next assignment inside of that.